This morning, day trading in real time, sort of, kind of talking about my trades and all that fun stuff here in a second. I'm going to talk about the emotion, the battle, my thought process, and all of that on a couple different trades this morning, talking about kind of where my entries were, where my targets were, and you'll see the trades here in a little bit. I ended up getting short on a stock, and I got out for a small winner, and then it just went lower and lower and lower. Oh, it was painful. I was red, then green, then red to green, and one of those days. But hey, it's part of day trading, baby. The emotional battle. It's real. It is real, real, real. I got to get that in check. You're going to see that play out here in this video here in a second. So make sure you stay tuned. All right, what's going on, guys? It's Monday morning. It's 8:04 right now, and we're looking here at MRNS. You can see on the scanner this morning, the Gapper scanner that I'm using here, Trade Ideas. I got MRNS and AXSM popping up there on the scanner, so I'm going to be looking at these two stocks right now for an opportunity. Looking for more of a short bias opportunity here on MRNS after this big move this morning, popping up there from $5 up there to $7.63. Not sure I'm going to be able to get my perfect entry, but we're looking to see if we can get a short opportunity if this does spike up there again towards that 740 area and look weak. We'll look to go short at that point. So that's what we're looking for. That's the game plan. And let's see if we get it. It's like I said, it's 8:05 in the morning right now, and I'm looking to get some shares to short up there above $7. Let's see what happens here. You can look at the daily chart here, just get an idea kind of what's going on with the daily chart. MRNS, a little bit of resistance up there, a little higher. Nothing looking like a huge major resistance up there. Not really till like $9 area. You can see, overall it's been trending lower down there to $4 right now. And then this morning, that big wick. That big move up there to 763 right now at the 650 area. So we'll see what happens here if this can find some support. It's looking like it wants to find some support there. I'm also keeping an eye on UXIN on Friday. Had a big move up there to 480, getting stuck and then pulling back. A little bit of a battle right here at the 650s right now. Kind of that key area. See if this is going to hold and maybe we start to turn back up. It's on the 5-minute chart. Got that next EMA, the 20 EMA down there at $6. So right in the middle of the two of these. Got the VWAP at 686. Let's see if we can hold. This 650 is doing some weird stuff. So I'm not sure why my recorder stopped recording here on MRNS this morning, but you can see my entries getting in there at 630, trying to get a bounce off that 630. We had a little bit of a bounce earlier from that 625. I was thinking we might get that bounce one more time. So I jumped in there with 1,000 shares, took a small loss as it couldn't hold that support area there at 630, and then down here trying to buy the bounce at that $6 support. Got a little bit of a bounce, just not getting enough, so ended up getting out for a small loss there. And at that point, I was down over $200 and ended up getting one more stab at it here on the bounce at 580, getting back above $6. So now it's kind of consolidating there, MRNS consolidating at that 580 area. We'll see if this is going to be the turn up here. The turn up, let's see if this is going to be the turn up point. And you can see overall, this morning, MRNS going all the way up there to $7.68, pulling back down there to 580 right now. So like I was talking about, like I thought I was talking about, was basically I was watching these key areas, is kind of where the EMAs were, where the whole dollars were, and looking for a little bit of a bounce, kind of getting those bounce on the way down. I was hoping, we might get the bounce and then finally start to consolidate and bam, get the move higher. But right now, just not looking strong. MRNS has a little bit of news this morning, but I'm playing it safe. And the key thing here is my two losers. I had two losers that were smaller than my one winner. And my winner really wasn't even that crazy. I had a little bounce there off the 580 back up there to 6. So, I got the 20 cents. And on the two losers, I was risking 10 cents. So that worked out for me. Although I'm only green $10, at one point, I was down over $200. So you can see kind of risk management here, playing it safe with tight stops, understanding that I'm not really trying to invest in this. I'm not trying to buy the dip and hold. I'm basically just trying to buy the bounce here at some point. And, there's the bounce now back up there to 609. So I'm going to keep an eye here on MRS, see what kind of happens in this area. And might look for a short opportunity if it looks weak, and it's kind of looking weak right now. So let's see if we can get a short opportunity here. I'm going to jump in short right there at 605. See if we can't get this to pull back down there below $6. For this to pull back below $6, get down there to 580 one more time and kind of continue this downward trend. But if not, we'll jump out quickly here. I'm going to get another 500 shares there at 610 and looking for this to pull back down there to the $6. So there's that little bit of a trap, I think. I think we're getting the trap here. Get this pull back below 610 and pull down there below $6 one more time. So just kind of watching here closely, see if we can't get that to be gone here in a second. Get this washout below 610. There we go. A little bit more below 6 here. Take off some of the risk there just to get out of that risk there. See if we can get this pull back below 6. Ended up getting filled in my entry. I thought I was going to get filled a little bit lower. I was trying to take some of that risk off there. Just wasn't really liking how we're kind of bouncing around this. So my issue here is we can rewind this and think about the emotional issue here. You know, why was I not able to hold for this whole move down lower? You know, this cover right here, not really sure why, you know, in the moment that I thought that was a good idea. I thought I was going to get covered down there at the $6, just kind of lock that in. And you can see now down there to 591. So what happened there? You know, really what happened there was I just shorted too early. This right here, shorting there at 605 was just not a good short. You can see, you know, we were right there at the EMA, right there at the support. You know, this up here, this was the short area. Needed to get more extended off of the EMAs there. And you can see how that's working out now down there to 595. So it did exactly what we wanted to do, but I just didn't have the patience. And then I didn't have the patience to wait really for that clear entry and got a little bit of FOMO thinking that this might just roll off and crash back down, which, you know, it ended up doing, but just at a different price point. So, you know, shorting up here at the 620s, that would have been a beautiful little short, and I could have held this one down there to the 590 pretty easily. But the problem here was the emotion. You know, right in this area shorting, I was down $300 at one point, and I'm thinking, oh man, I just want to get out. I want to get out for break even at least. I want to get out for break even, and I had my opportunity to get out for break even, and then, you know, held a little bit more just to get that $100 in profit. And you can see I'm up $110 on the day right now. So MRNS, one of those tricky ones, a little bit of over trading right now. I think I'm just going to go ahead and kind of let it be. We're going to do the live stream here in a second, and we'll come back maybe at open. But I think 4 trades today. 3 of those trades, not really that good of trades. One little bounce trade really wasn't that good either. And, you know, just kind of, it's Monday. It's Monday, you know, we got to get back in the flow today, back in the flow. So I'm going to let it be, I think. I think that's probably the best plan for me right now is just to walk away in terms of trading. I'm going to do the live stream here in a second, and then I'll let you guys know what happens after that. So, all right, so the market's about to open here on MRNS. So you can see it's down there to $5.60 now. So, again, my short, I was in the right mindset for that short opportunity that I took there above $6 because obviously, you know, down there to $5.60 now, but just didn't get the best entry. So that pretty much shows you how the entries are so important because even if you're right about the trade and you don't have good entry, you end up getting out for either a small loss or a loss on the squeeze. And then the stock does exactly what you want it to do in the first place. So that's kind of frustrating. But here we go. Market's about to open. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pop up there towards $6. I'm seeing if we can get this push up there to $6. If we don't get it, we don't get it type of thing. Keep my eye on UXIN as well. Looking to see if we can get this push up there towards the 480 one more time. A big buyer keeps popping up there at 460 right now. MRNS trying to do something here. Back up to that $6. Let's see if we can get that trap that I'm talking about. Get up to that 620 one more time. MRNS getting stuck there at the 590s once again. Just not having the strength here, but just getting a little choppy right now. Kind of chopping around here right there at the open. So just gonna give it a little bit of time. We don't need to force it here. We do not need to force it. So it looks like somebody else has a similar game plan than I do. The shorts piling in there now. The shorts, they set that trap really nice there. $6, that whole dollar resistance, and pushed it right back down there. UXIN above $5 now. Wow. So showing some serious strength here. So UXIN up there to 520 now. I wanted a short really bad there at the 520s, but not really liking this strength that it's showing right now. But there's that pullback down there to 508 now. Let's see if it bounces up that $5 whole support. see that seller sitting there at 520. Big seller there at 520 right now. There it is. 15 cents. There it is. Wow. Kind of is what it is. MRNS also getting denied there at the $6, down there to 568. So really just a good example today of what happens, you know, emotions. Was I wrong about this short here at above $6? No. Did I have a good entry? No. So that's what happens when you get a bad entry. Your emotion starts to play into it. You know, I was down $300, and then all I'm thinking about is I want to get out for break even. If I can get out break even, you know, it's like one of those things, hoping and praying. That's the emotion takes over. And even though I knew that this was, you know, probably going to go lower at some point, I just didn't want to risk it. And I think really the overall problem with this trade overall the problem with MRNS this morning was I kept trying to buy these little bounces. It worked here, but you know, these areas just wasn't working. And I think this really was just overall just a beautiful short opportunity. So I'm not sure why I went from shorting, you know, I saw it up here at the $7 and I was like, "Oh, I want to short here." And then I saw it in this area and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll look for a bounce. Maybe it wants to bounce." So, you know, I changed my bias a couple times during the trade, and that was just not really what I should have been doing. So kind of a good lesson for you guys to kind of see, you know, when you're flip-flopping back and forth, how it can be hard, to take profit or, you know, really find the best plan. So I think MRNS was clearly just a short, you know, hindsight's 2020 here, but you guys can see the battle sometimes. The battle, even when it's clearly a short, sometimes you're like, "Oh, well, maybe I can get a bounce. Maybe I can, you know, maybe it'll bounce for me. Maybe I'll get some bounces on the way down." So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there. Up $100 there on MRNS. And, you know, it's kind of just one of those days. I felt like my overall had some good entries. Overall, I felt like my game plan was there, but I just wanted a little bit more here on MRNS. I wanted that spike, just like a 620 spike. It really overextended and then come crashing back down. I didn't really want to short right there at 6, but there it is. You know, I was being a little greedy. And then I think AXSM also this morning was thinking about shorting there at the 380s and now down there to 330. And let's see where UXIN is now. So UXIN pulling back down there to the 490s. So it's one of those days, you know, one of those days where you're right, but you're wrong, and you just can't make up your mind. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there, and make sure you guys tune in tomorrow morning at 8:45. Like I said, you know, it's just one of those days. The battle is real. But still, we're walking away green. I'm not going to complain about it. So I'll talk to you guys later on.